All right. Joined here right now by Kilaa Scott, founder and owner, proprietor of Portland and Rose. How are you today, Kilaa?
Hi, I'm well. Thank you for having me today.
All right, fantastic. As we go into the shopping season here, everything's really about supporting Black business as much as possible. And I thought that it was a good opportunity to kind of throw it down I-5 a little bit down there to Portland and see what Black businesses are doing there, especially since so many Black businesses are online right now. Thought this was a great opportunity to talk to you about your business, Portland and Rose. Tell us all about it.
Absolutely. So, Portland and Rose is a self care lifestyle brand empowering women to take time for unapologetic self care, meaning we're not asking for permission and we're not apologizing for taking time for ourselves. It's so important for us as women to make sure that we are recharging and replenishing our cups. We spend so much of our time taking care of others. We have to be really intentional and unapologetic about taking time for ourselves. We empower health and wellness. That is our social impact goal.
All right, fantastic. Sounds like it's a whole lot of girl power and Black girl magic and some of everything mixed in there, huh?
Yes, it is. It's all about women's empowerment and especially women of color. We have to really make sure that we take time for self care. Self care in this country has been a privilege that we have not always had access to.
Amen to that. Because I know, all, especially from our big mamas all the way down, what I'm saying? It's been a lifetime of doing hard work and never really
Yeah,
caring for themselves.
yeah,
This is
so
good
true.
stuff here. So I want you to tell me, like, this is good what it's all about self-care and empowerment. But how did you get the idea and what made you want to go into business?
Absolutely. So I've spent the last 15 years of my career in the healthcare industry. I work for a major healthcare industry and I've seen the data, right? And what I mean by the data is the impact of what not taking care of yourself can do, and especially to women and especially to communities of colors. There are a lot of diseases that are preventable, but a lot of times we don't even take the time to go to the doctor and utilize those preventative benefits to get stuff checked out, especially when you know something's not feeling quite right. So, knowing that, I have this background in wellness and I also serve on a community board for a health center called North by Northeast Community Health Center. It's the only clinic in Oregon that focuses on Black health and Black wellness. I wanted to make sure that I also did something with my background and my passion to give back. It's all about health equity here. That's what we're talking about. And so with Portland and Rose, it was important for me to create something of my own that was cool. It's a cool platform. We celebrate. You see, I got my champagne right here. We celebrate.
I should have brought my glass.
we celebrate at Portland and Rose. We celebrate taking care of ourselves. And so whatever that looks like for you, that is what we celebrate because the mission is to make sure that you're being mindful of yourself and being mindful of your wellness. And so really it's to create a fun platform, but really the fun platform is addressing the bigger issue. And that is making sure that we start taking health and wellness a lot more serious and that we take the time for ourselves to really care for ourselves. And again, whatever that looks like to you, whatever that means to you.
Right. And now I want to put up, I got a few images here of
Okay.
some clothing from your website and this and that. And
Yeah,
you can tell, one thing I noticed about this was all different shades of people and all different body types.
absolutely. So our brand is really intentional. One thing that we highlight on our brand is that our journeys in life may be different, but our need for self love is all the same. I was really clear in my brand guidelines and really clear about who we are and what our North Star is. And when I think about diversity and inclusion means all women from all backgrounds, all shapes and sizes. We celebrate wins, and wins look different to us depending on where we're at in our journey. So we celebrate graduation. Whether you went back to school to get your GED or you just graduated with your PhD, it's still a win and it still deserves to be celebrated. And so that is the inclusion of my brand. That's the diversity of my brand. We celebrate women from all shades, all cultures, all religions, all backgrounds, all sexual orientations. It is important for us to be really clear about our diversity and our goals around that.
right? And how'd you come up with the name Portland and Rose?
Funny that you asked. So I am from Portland. Portland pays homage to my city. You know, Oregon, Washington. I know you up in the Seattle area. It's the Pacific Northwest, the Great Northwest. And when you think about the Great Northwest, it's a lot of trails and terrain and the great outdoors. So really it's about the journey, right? So Portland, again, is indicative, paying homage to where I'm from, but it's indicative of the journey of life that we are all on. And I just spoke to that. Our journeys may be different, but our need for self-love is all the same. And then Rosé is about the celebration of the journey. In my family, in my household, anytime we celebrate something, not anytime, but a lot of the time, we pop in a bottle of Rosé. So I got my bottle here. So we pop those bottles to make sure that we celebrate, right? And so that is what Rosé means to me and my family. It means a celebration. So Portland and Rosé, celebration of our journeys.
All right. And so let me pull the website back up over here and talk about, so you have apparel here, but then also I noticed something as I scroll down, because we were looking for greeting cards here at Converge to send out to all of our people. I noticed that you even got greeting cards on here.
Absolutely. So one thing that I'm a creative, right? And so I love the arts. Arts is important to me. It's how I express myself. And so I wanted to create greeting cards that represent all women. And so for an example here, this one that I'm holding up here, the women often wear my t-shirts in my greeting cards. So this is our bestseller, Access to My Energy is a Privilege. That tee is all about setting boundaries. And all of our greeting cards, our women come in all different colors and sizes. I was very intentional about that. This one here is our plus size. And I just really wanted to honor and pay homage to the diversity of women. So these are our greeting cards. And what I did for the holidays is I reimagined what all of these women would look like in full body, because originally it was just their the top of their body. So there you have it on the screen. That's a better photo. And so it is celebrating women, all shades, all sizes, and holiday cheer. So instead of you going to Target or Walmart, you can shop holiday greeting cards at Portland and Rose on our website at www.portlandandrose.com. We do sell in sets, so you can buy a set of 5 or a set of 10, and it comes wrapped in a beautiful bow. And then you can share the holiday cheer to your loved ones with our holiday greeting cards.
Gotcha. I love business altogether. I've been in business, entrepreneur like my whole life. So it's always exciting to see, because, entrepreneurs they bring that energy and you just bounce off each other. It's like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? You bring in so much energy, and I can see how excited you are about your brand. Before I let you go, tell everybody how they can get up with Portland and Rose on website, social media.
Absolutely. So everybody, you can follow us on Instagram at PortlandxRose. You can also check out our website at www.portlandxrose.com. There you'll find all of our apparel. All of our apparel is self-care inspired. This is our unapologetic sweatshirt, this beautiful crew neck, and Nope, Not Today. All of our apparel is inspired by self-care, and it has meaning behind it. So Unapologetic is our official new line. It's called the Unapologetic line. And it's just really inspiring, emphasizing that unapologetic self-care. Nope, Not Today is really about protecting your peace. There's power in the word no. And it's important that we as women learn how to use that word. And it doesn't mean that you have to be nasty about using it, but you're just using it and affirming that, nope, not today, I'm not doing it because I'm going to take care of myself today. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's one of the most powerful words that we can ever have in our vocabulary. That also comes in our crew neck sweatshirt, Nope, Not Today. And then this shirt right here.
I saw this one. I really think my daughter would really love this shirt right here. Get ready to hold up.
Yeah, this shirt was just such perfect timing with what's happening in our country right here. This shirt is a tribute shirt to Justice Ginsburg. And I don't know if I'm holding it up right, but what the shirt says is that women belong in all places where decisions are being made. It's one of her quotes that she said before her passing. And this shirt was so important to us to actually produce because it's so true. You know, women do deserve to be in places where decisions are being made. And if there's not a seat at the table for us ladies, we got to build our own table. Our voices matter now more than ever, and they always will matter. So it's really important that we start to really shine our light on our voices, especially to the women who are behind us who are up and coming. I have a 17-year-old daughter, Omari. I know you have a daughter as well. And it's really important for us to let them know to speak up, that the voices matter. So this is one of our favorites, and it sells out like crazy. We just had to stock that again. Our next two shirts, our next two shirts are about energy, and I'm going to talk a little bit about energy. This one right here, the newer one, it says energy is currency, spend it well, invest wisely. And this one here is our best seller, and it says access to my energy is a privilege. And the reason why we've done a couple of teas about energy, because it's so important for us to be able to protect that energy. It's important for us to make sure that we are aware of the energy that we allow around us. Energy can shift a room. It's also important to make sure that we are cognizant of who we are giving our energy to, because that can drain you. There's people in life that are called energy vampires, and they will suck all the energy out of you, or they'll inflict their negative energy upon you. And in order for you to really have positivity and wellness in your life, it's good to keep yourself grounded and have good energy surrounding you. So these two shirts really are about setting boundaries and protecting that energy.
All right. I like how you know when you say a seat at the table, when you're like decisions being made, you're pumping that energy. When you talk about, I believe you. When you're like, man, these shirts are inspired by energy because you represent so much of that energy. Kilaa Scott, Portland and Rose. It's been a pleasure. We're going to make sure and push people down there, support your business. We want to support Black business. We want to support Black woman-owned business and everything else. Thank you so much for taking time with us today.